What's going on, everybody? I'm Patrick from POWLAX, and this video is an excerpt from the man down defenses video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about a tactic used in any man down defense, which is when we want to cause a lot of pressure and jump the ball. Before we get started, make sure to check out the brand new POWLAX and POWLAXmastercoach.com, where you can download and print the playbook PDFs that accompany over 50 POWLAX videos by becoming a member and supporting this channel. The new site has been streamlined to make navigating, watching, supporting, and downloading the POWLAX content simple and straightforward. We also broadened our membership categories to allow annual and program-wide memberships. Also, make sure to check out the POWLAX Teespring store, where you can get POWLAX hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, mugs, even phone cases, and you can customize them to fit your team's colorway. Finally, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow POWLAX on all these social media sites. Now let's get back to the video. Now that we've got a good basic understanding of all of our defensive principles, whether we're man-to-man or zone, we're gonna learn a tactic that can help us to cause frustration on the offensive end and hopefully take up, 15 seconds, 20 seconds of time. We could even cause a turnover. But so what we're going to do is we are going to jump the ball. And in order to jump the ball, we're going to find one of the less competent players on the offensive end, and we're going to have a specific player on our team who is going to anticipate them receiving the ball, and as they receive the ball, they're going to rush out, meet the player with the ball, kind of regardless of how far out they are, put a lot of pressure on them, and try to turn the ball over. So when we're thinking about jumping the ball, the first thing we have to make sure that we do is that we disguise the language that will allow the other team to figure out exactly what we're doing. We don't want this player to know that it's coming. So the one thing we want to totally avoid using as far as the language we use to tell them that it's going to happen or to instruct our team to make this play, we never want to use the number of the player who we are jumping, because for the most part, players understand the numbers that they have, and when they hear their own number, especially come out of the mouth of the opposing coach, they kind of know something's coming. So we want to avoid that at all costs. So the two ways that I like to make that call is I like to use either our player's number who I want to jump the ball, or the location on the field number that we have, which is that phone grid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so for this example, we're going to mark M2 and say M2 just, he just doesn't have that great of stick skills. He's kind of had trouble catching and throwing today, whatever that is. And then what I would say is I would say 2 special, right? And so special infers that we are going to be special with the player standing in the 2 position, and we are going to have that player jump them. Now, our team has to acknowledge who that is going to be in our 5-man rotation or our house zone. Like if we're in a house zone, it makes sense because the player in the 2 spot is going to know that he needs to go and play the ball. Now, if we're on a big rotation, or say the ball starts, low right and we want to do it to A3, there may be some confusion. You just got to make sure that your players understand and know exactly who is going to be the player that is going to jump the ball, if we use language based on what part of the field they're going to be. The other way that we can do it is we can use language that uses our own numbers. So in this example, I would say, LSM special, right? And so this player, the LSM, whatever his number is, I would say his number and then special. Now, as they are playing, let's say in this play, A1 passes up to M1, M1 passes to M2, the LSM has to anticipate that pass. And so what I like to have our players do is I like them, before the play even really starts, before A1 even passes the ball, I like him to just kind of set up a little bit further towards the player so that when he's about to get the ball, he doesn't have to make as long of a run to get his stick on him when he receives the ball. So if he's starting here, now he doesn't really have very far to go. So as the ball moves once and the ball moves again, the LSM has to arrive at M2 with the ball, his stick in his chest, and hopefully, we cause a nice little turnover, or we cause the ball to hit the floor, and now we have the ability to go try to pick it up. Now, it doesn't always have to be a turnover. Sometimes this player just kind of, let's say he doesn't drop the ball. Sometimes having him just kind of like run away and have to actually free his hands can screw up the offense enough to where maybe it takes 10 seconds away. Maybe they have to kind of reset what they're doing. But the ability to kind of put pressure on one of the weaker players can easily cause turnovers, and it can also just kind of take the offense out of their rhythm. In this clip, Virginia's going to jump the ball with this player. I don't think that this was something where Virginia said that this player had to jump a specific player. It was more so a read that they were able to make in the event that Robert Morris started to play cat and mouse with any of the players. Now, as this player decides to jump the ball, Notice how quickly all of the other players on Virginia's team immediately rotate to allow for that original player to jump the ball. Everyone on the defensive end has to be aware that we are going to jump the ball so that they are ready to rotate and fill the positions that they'll need to in the event that our opponents are able to move the ball like Robert Morris does here. The next thing that I want you to notice is how the short stick moves all the way through the defense so that they can reset up their house zone with the short stick on the bottom, and he actually ends up making an amazing check here and turns the ball over. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments section. I hope that after watching this, you feel more competent about how you understand man down defense and feel that you can make the best decision for your team. Make sure to check out the brand new POWLAXmastercoach.com, where you can now watch, support, and download all of the POWLAX content. We're kind of getting away from the Patreon third-party stuff. I built an entire website dedicated to all of the POWLAX content that you can now actually support for $5 a month and download all of the content in a much easier to navigate and view way. So definitely check out POWLAXmastercoach.com. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, check out the POWLAX Teespring store, where you can buy a bunch of POWLAX merch and show your support in your local community. Finally, make sure to follow POWLAX on all types of social media. We've got a TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We like to post at least once a day, maybe twice. Sometimes we kind of miss a day here or there, either way. But so make sure to follow us on all of social media to stay involved. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next one.